Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I think it's good. Alright, so hi guys. So in this live stream, what I wanted to go over was the section in college algebra that involves working with models and applications. The reason why I'm doing a live stream for this one is because it's a little bit harder than the other sections that we've been doing. And of course, I'm using a textbook to 1 second. So I'm using a textbook to like work these problems out, basically. The thing is that, in 1 second, guys, I'm just trying to like do this. Okay, so yeah, so I'm basically trying to so I'm doing this section because I'm not the best at these questions, so I want to show you guys how it really is for me when I sometimes when I do these videos, like, I kind of get a little bit confused, and sometimes I have to redo the videos. So everything that you're gonna see in this live stream will be exactly how it is before I even record. And also, guys, I am gonna go to the restroom really quickly. Let me go ahead and just mute myself. So 1 second, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I was washing my face. Okay, so, um, okay, so let me go ahead and go over here. And we're gonna go over some, some of the terminology in the textbook. Let's see. So if I do this, so let me just grab this, and I'm gonna go ahead and just, okay, so looking at the textbook, this is how the objective, or how the section looks, right? And yeah, I just want to make sure my microphone is on. Okay, so we're not going to read all of this. I will put a link. Let me put a link in the, let me do this really quick. Put a link on the live chats. This is going to be, oops, my bad. Meant to do it this way. There we go. Okay, so yeah, the way that we're gonna do this is basically, so let's see here. If I look at the so let's look at this really quick, right? So it says, when dealing with real-world applications, there are certain expressions that we can translate directly into math. Table 1 lists common verbal expressions and their equivalent mathematical expressions, right? So it says one number exceeds another number by a, right? And that means that when we have a number x, and it's exceeded by another number a, it goes from x to x plus a, okay? And then twice the number, so that's just saying, like, if we have a number x and we take twice that number, that will be 2x, right? So, and then it says one number is a more than another number. So if I say, I don't know, 5 is 2 more than 3, right? So that would be that 5 is 3 plus 2, right? One number is a less than 2 times another number, right? So that would be from x to 2x minus a. And then the product of a number and a decreased by b. So the product of a number and a is ax, and then basically decreased by b, so minus b, right? And then this one says the quotient of a number and the number plus a is 3 times the number. So the quotient of a number, which is a number x, and the number plus a, so over x plus a, is equal to 3 times the number, so 3 times x, right? And then it says the product of 3 times a number, so 3 times x, and the number decreased by b, so 3 times x times a number x minus b is equal to c. So 3x times x minus b is equal to c. So using all of this, we're going to learn how to write equations, linear equations, given these mathematical expressions, right? So this first one talks about, so it says, find a linear equation to solve for the following unknown quantities. And it says one number exceeds another number by 17, and their sum is 31. So let me write that down. So yeah, we kind of wrote it down here, right? And the way that, and the reason why I'm live streaming this is because honestly, guys, yes, this section is pretty tough. I want, basically, of course we're going to figure this out, but it is something that I do struggle in algebra sometimes. So it says one number exceeds another number by 17. So let's say that when we said one number exceeds another number, right? One number exceeds another by a, right? So x, so basically we have one number x, right? So x, and then plus, and then another number by 17. So another number by a. So let's say x exceeds another number by a. Can I say x equals, so x exceeds another number by a, so x, a number x exceeds another number by 17. So from x to, and we're going to say x, we're going to say to x, right? So to x, and then plus, and then 17, right? So 17, like that. Okay, and then it says their sum is 31. So their sum is 31, right? So that means that, so really exceeds another number by 17. So what if I say this? X is equal to y, let's do y plus 17, right? So plus 17, and then their sum is 31. So meaning that the sum of these two things is 31. So let's see here. Exceeds another number by 17. And we know that those two numbers, x and y, because the other number is y, so those two numbers, so x plus y, so let's see, x plus y is equal to 17, or I'm sorry, is equal to 31, right? So let's see here. This is equal to 31, right? So if I look at this, we have plus 31, or equals 31, excuse me. So let's see here. And then we know that x is y plus 17, or in this case, x plus 17, right? So we know that x is y plus 17. So let's see here. Y plus 17, right? So y plus 17. Give me 1 second, guys. One second, guys. Let me get my, sorry, 1 second. 1 second. So okay, so let's look at this. So it says one number exceeds another number by 17. Oops. And their sum is 31. Find the two numbers. So let's see here. So if I do, so x equals y plus 17. So I'm going to plug that in for this part, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So, like that. And then we know that plus y will be equal to, and we said it was 31, right? So let's see, 1 second, guys. So we can say that so we can say x plus y plus 17 plus y is equal to 31. So let's go ahead and just do this, right? So 31, right? And then it says find the two numbers, right? So we know that 2y equals, or I'm sorry, 2y plus 17. So 2y, not sure why it's not erasing. Hold on 1 second. 2y plus 17 equals 31. So then we're going to subtract 17 on both sides, right? So one of the number, we're basically solving for one of the numbers, right? So 2y equals 31 minus 17, right? So this is like 14, right? And then we're going to divide both sides by 2. So divide by 2, and we get that y is equal to 7. Okay. So doing all of this, we have so we have y equals 7, so that's one of the numbers, I think. And then the other number, we know that it says their sum is 31. So x plus y is 31. So meaning that if we have x, so we have x, and then plus, and we said that y is 7. So we're going to say plus 7 is equal to 31. And of course, if I don't do this right, guys, I can always look at the what is it called, the solution, because like I said, these are not they're not my favorite, I will admit that. So minus 7, and then we have and this cancels out, so we have x is equal to 31 minus 7, which is 24. So the two numbers are 24 and 7. Hopefully, I don't know if I did it right. I don't think I did, but let's go ahead and look at it. Okay, so yeah, the two numbers are 7 and 24, right? So yes, it's it took a little bit of time for me to solve that one. But yeah, that's how you do that one. Okay, and then let's look at so it says setting up a linear equation to solve a real-world application. Okay, so there are two cell phone companies that offer different packages. Company A charges a monthly service fee of $34 plus 0.05 minutes talk time. Company B charges a monthly service fee of $40 plus 4 cents per minute talk time. Write a linear equation that models the packages offered by both companies. So I think, let's see here. 1 second. So write a linear equation that models the packages offered by both companies. So company A charges a monthly service fee. So let's do it this way. So company A, kind of write it a little bit better. So company A and then it says they charge company A charges a monthly fee of $34, so $34, so it'd be $34 plus 0.05 dollars per minute, so plus 0.05x, right? And then they say company B, so that's company A, right? That's how much company A charges. And then company B charges, let's see here, a monthly service fee of $40, so it's $40, right? So this one would be $40 plus, and then this one would be, it says 0.04 dollars per minute talk time, so 0.04x. And then it says write a linear equation that models the packages offered by both companies. So let me think. Just want to see how they did it. So, okay. Let's see here. Yeah, so 0.05x plus 34 was company A, and company B was 0.04x plus 40. That's basically what they wanted us to do there. And then it says, if the average number of minutes used each month is 1,160, which company offers the better plan? So, so let's see here. We know that, let's see, so it says average number of minutes per month is 1,160, meaning that X, so average number of minutes per month is X, right? And then so we're gonna go ahead and just average number of minutes per month is X. So we have $34. We'd have $34, right? So 34 plus, and sorry guys, my dog keeps barking like crazy. I don't know why. So $34 plus, and then 0.05, and it says 0.05x, right? So, it would be like doing, so 0.04 or $34 plus 0.05x, and then company B charges a monthly fee service. $0.05x, so let's do x like that. And then it's saying that it charges a monthly fee service, so it says if the average number of minutes used each month is 1,160, so we're going to go ahead and plug in x equals 1,160 for company A. So let's just put A as A equals, and we're going to do 34 plus 0.05 times sorry guys, 1 second, plus times 1,000, so 1,000 1,160, right? So basically we have to simplify this, right? So let's go to Desmos very quickly. So Desmos, and we're gonna use the graphing calculator to simplify that expression. So 34 plus 0.05 times 60, right? So times 60, times 1160, excuse me, is 92, right? So this is how much company A would charge, is $92. So company A would be $92. Okay. And sorry if I'm taking a little long in this, guys. I don't know why my OneNote just... Let me try to, like, restart it really quick. Hopefully that helps. Okay, so let me just go down to where we were. All right. So like I said, it was $92, right? $92, so that's how much company A charges. And now company B, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna plug in 1160, so $40 plus 0.04, and let's do x like that. So then $40 plus 0.04 times 1160, so like this, right? And then we have, so again, if we go ahead and do that, we're gonna get, so we have $40 plus 0.04, so $40 plus 0.04, let me just kind of change the okay, so it's about $86.40, right? So $86.40 for that one. And then the problem asks, according to those two things, which company offers the better plan? So company B would actually offer the better plan because it is cheaper. So because company B charges less per month, it would be the better plan. Okay, so that's what I'm writing. Because company B charges less per month, it would be the better plan, right? So that's how you do the first one. And then it says, if the average number of minutes used each month is 420, which company offers a better plan? So literally you're just doing the same thing, but you're plugging in 420 this time. So for company A, you have $34 plus 0.05 times, and then it says 420, I think, right? 420. So again, you can use the calculator to evaluate that. So if we do that, we have $34. So let's do, so $34 plus 0.05 times 420. So $34 plus 0.05 times 420, and that's $55, right? So then company A, which is this whole thing, right, be $55, right? So it'd be $55. And then company B, you do the same thing. So company B is, let's see here. Company B, you do the same thing, but it's times 420. So it'd be 40 plus 0.04, 40 plus 0.04 times, and we're gonna do 420, right? So if we put that in the calculator, you have 40 times 0.04 times 420. 40 plus 0.04 times 420. So that's 56.8. So it's like $56.80, right? So $56.80. So according to this, company A would be better option, right? So yeah, so that's how you do that problem, guys. I know sometimes I really have to think about it. And then it says how many minutes of talk time would yield equal monthly statements from both companies. So this last question for this problem says, so basically all you really have to do is make them equal to each other. So for that last one, let's see here. So company A is $34 plus 0.05x. So, and then it says how many minutes of talk time would yield equal monthly statements from both companies. So you're going to have to make it equal, right? So this is equal to, and you have $40 plus 4 cents, right? So $40 plus 0.04 x, right? So you're going to solve for x. So to solve for x, we're going to go ahead and subtract 0.04x on both sides. So subtract 0.04x on both sides, right? That's number one. And then this cancels out, right? So this would be 34 plus 0.01x equals 40. So now this is going to be, so number two, we're going to subtract 34 on both sides. So we're going to do that. So minus 34 on both sides, right? And then, so this cancels out. 0.01x equals, it's going to be 6. And then lastly, so number 3, divide both sides by 0.04. I'm sorry, 0.01, excuse me. So we have divide both sides by that, and then 6 over 0.01. If we go back to our calculator, 6 over 0.01 is 600. So x would be 600. Now that in terms of the context of the problem, that means that, let's see here, 1 second. That means that 600 minutes of talk time would yield equal monthly statements. So, thus, 600 minutes of talk time would yield equal monthly statements from both companies, right? The reason why I'm reading it, guys, is because I know my handwriting is pretty crappy, but yeah, that's how you do that one. So let's move on. So this is the graph that they have here, right? Okay, so now we're going to move on to example 3. So obviously, we can use, so let's see here, 1 second. Okay. So we can use, so it says we can use the following formulas to solve for, for real world applications. So examples, it says examples of formulas include the area of a rectangular region, area equals length times width, the perimeter of a rectangle, perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, and the volume of a rectangular solid, volume equals length times width times height. When there are 2 unknowns, we find a way to write one in terms of the other because we can solve for only one variable at a time, right? So this one says it takes Andrew 30 minutes to drive to work in the morning. He drives home using the same route, but it takes him 10 minutes longer and he averages 10 miles per hour less than in the morning. How far does Andrew drive to work? Okay, let's see here. So yes, this is a distance problem. It takes Andrew 30 minutes to drive to work in the morning. He drives home using the same route. So, let's look at what they did. First, we identify the known and unknown quantities. So it says Andrew's morning drive to work takes 30 minutes, or one half an hour, right? So he drives to work using the same route, but it takes him 10 minutes longer. He averages 10 miles per hour less than in the morning. So, So at home, it says that it takes 10 minutes, it says it takes 10 minutes longer and he averages 10 miles per hour less than in the morning. So it takes Andrew 30 minutes to drive to work in the morning. So the distance is the rate times time. So that means that, let's see here. So, distance equals rate times time. So 30 minutes, right? It takes them 30 minutes. This is half an hour. And we know that distance equals rate times time. And that distance has to be miles per hour. So really, it would be, let's see here. If I do, so R equals distance over time, rate equals distance over time. He drives home using the same route, but it takes him 10 minutes longer. It takes Andrew 30 minutes to drive to work in the morning. So actually to work, it takes him 30 minutes. My bad. It's supposed to be work. It takes him 30 minutes to drive to work in the morning. And then, so that's what T is. T is 30. And then, but that's half an hour. So really, let's see here, distance over time. So in hours, that would be 0.5 hours, right? And then, so we know T, and then the distance, let's see here, takes him 10 minutes longer. But at home, it takes him 10 minutes longer. So, right, the distance has to be however much it is, D. And then the rate has to be however much R it is, because they don't really tell us what the distance is or the R is, the rate. They only say the rate whenever, the average rate whenever he goes home. But it's it's 10 less than in the morning. So really, if the rate is R, the rate is R for the work, for when he goes to work in the morning. And then it says he drives home using the same route, but it takes him 10 minutes longer. So let's see. It's R. It takes him 10 minutes longer. And he averages 10 miles per hour less than in the morning. So really, the rate is 10 miles per hour less at home. So at home, R, it would be R minus 10 for the rate, right? And then it takes him 10 minutes longer on top of that. So really, it would take him like 40 minutes. Right? I think it's how you do it. But again, it's it's per hour. So 40 minutes. So 40 minutes is actually in terms of time. The time is actually, for this one, is 0.5 hours, and then the time here would be 2/3 hours. If we're trying to if you do 40 out of 60, you would get 2 times 2 over 2 times 3, which is 2/3. So really this is 2/3 hours. So 2/3 h, really. So that's what t is. T is 2/3 of an hour. Now, and his speed averages 10 miles per hour less than in the morning drive. So really, his speed, like I said, is r minus 10. If his rate is r originally, his speed is r minus 10. Or, I'm sorry, his rate is r minus 10, right? So then, putting all of that together, the distance is, we know that the distance to work, given what we have, is rate times time. So really it's 0.5 r, so d is 0.5 r, and then to home, it would be, so to home, it would be distance is equal to, let's see here, it'd be 2/3 of an hour, so it's rate times time. Distance equals rate times time, right? Yes, distance equals rate times time. So it'd be d equals let's see, so d equals, it's going to be 2/3 times, so it's going to be 2/3 times t minus 10, right? Because t is really, hold on, I'm sorry, times r minus 10, excuse me, because the rate is r minus 10, so r would be, so it'd be r minus 10, right? So this is a really difficult problem, guys. 0.5 r would be 2/3 times r minus 10, and then 0.5 r equals 2/3 r minus 20 over 3, right? Solving for the rates, right? We're solving for the rates. 1/2 r equals 2/3 r minus 20 over 3. If we do minus 2/3 r here on both sides, we get 1/2 minus 2/3. Oops. Sorry guys, it crashed on me. My bad. So let's see here. 1/2 minus 2/3, and then, so it's r over 2 minus 2r over 3. So it'd be 3r minus 4r over 6 equals negative 20 over 3. Okay, so negative r over 6 equals negative 20 over 3. Now if you multiply, get the common denominator, you get that negative r is negative 40. And if you divide both sides by negative 1, you get that r equals 40. So yeah, I know this is I will, like I said, guys, this section is really difficult. So let's see. This one, I think this one's a little bit easier. So the perimeter of a rectangular outdoor patio is 54 feet. So the perimeter is 54 feet, right? And we know that the perimeter is 2L plus 2W, okay? Where L is the length and W is the width. And then it says the length is 3 feet greater than the width. So, okay, so the length is the width plus 3, right? And then it says, what are the dimensions of the patio? Okay, so we have 2 equations and 2 unknowns, right? We know that the perimeter is 54 feet, right? So we can say that 54 is equal to 2L plus 2W, okay? We also are given that L is actually W plus 3. So keeping that in mind, we can substitute this for L, right? So doing so, we have 54 equals 2 times the quantity. We're going to do W plus 3, and then plus 2W, right? So then doing so, we have 54 equals, and distributive property, we have 2W plus 6 plus 2W, and then 54 is equal to 4W plus 6, so combining like terms, right? And then subtracting 6 on both sides, right? So subtracting 6 on both sides, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48. So 48 equals 4W. Now, dividing both sides by 4 is going to equal to, so it's going to be W equals, I think it would be 12, right? 12. So W is 12. That's one of the dimensions. Now the other dimension, we have to find the length, right? We know that the length is W, so the length is equal to W plus 3. So we know that W is 12, right? So the length is equal to 12 plus 3. So the length will be equal to 15. So the dimensions are 12 by 15 feet. Or was it feet or inches? I don't remember. It was feet, right? I think that's what it would be. Yes, I was right. So then it says solving an area problem, right? So the perimeter of a tablet of graph paper is 48 inches. So this is rectangular because it's a tablet, right, of graph paper. So we all know that, again, the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, okay? Where, again, L is length and W is the width, right? Okay, so the perimeter is 48, right? The perimeter is 48 feet, or I'm sorry, 48 inches, so we know that P is 48, so P is 48 inches. And P is, again, perimeter, right? Now, it says the length is 6 inches more than the width. So the length, so we have the length, L, is 6 inches more than the width. So it's going to be 6 plus W, right? Okay, so the length is 6 plus W. And then they say, find the area of the graph paper. Okay, so they want the area. Now the area of this, area of a rectangle is area equals length times width. Okay, so they want to know the area, and we have the perimeter, right? The perimeter is 48 inches. So given that, let me try to let me color code perimeter so that you guys can see what I'm doing here. So the perimeter is 48 inches. Let me just go ahead and do this. And I'll put P as perimeter like this, right? So we have, and I'll put the area as I'll put it as orange, like this. Okay. So we know two things, right? We know that the perimeter is 48 inches. We need to find the length and the width to find the area. Okay. So we're gonna do, let's see here. So the perimeter, like I said, is 48 inches. So we have 48 is equal to 2, and the length is 6 more than the width, right? So it's going to be 2 times W plus 6, right? So it's going to be W plus 6, right? So plus 6. And this is what the length is, right? It's the width plus 6 more than the width. And then plus 2 times the width, and the width is just W, so 2W, right? So then, solving for W, we get 48 is 2W plus 12 plus 2W. Okay, I see. And we have 48 equals, so 2W plus 2W is 4W plus 12, right? So then subtract 12 on both sides, right? You get 36 equals 4W. Now, we can go ahead and divide both sides by 4 to get that the width is 9, right? So the width is 9, right? And now we have to find the length, right? So the length can be found using the, it can be found using this formula. So the length was 6 plus 6 more than the width. So if we plug that in, we have the length is 6 plus W, so W is 9, right? W is 9, so that means that the length must be 15. I keep forgetting, was it inches or feet? I can't remember. Inches, it was inches. Okay, so we're gonna put inches here, and we're gonna put inches over here. And now they want to know the area. So the area, again, like I said, we can now find the area. So the area is 15, so 15, 15 times 9, right? So times 9. And if you calculate that, let's use our calculator. 15 times 9, that's about 135. So the area would be 135, I believe. Yes, 135 inches squared, right? Okay, so this is the last example that this problem, or this section goes over. So, and we're just a little bit over an hour, so it's fine. I wanted to do this, I literally wanted to do this section because, yeah, I do struggle with these pretty well. Like, the last ones weren't hard, but the first few that we did, like this one and this one, were a little bit complicated. I would say the hardest one was this one because I had a little bit of trouble. But anyways, we have, so the last one that we're going to go over, solving a volume problem. So it says, find the dimensions of a shipping box, given that the length is twice the width, the height is 8 inches, and the volume is 1600 inches cubed. So we're just going to I'm not going to look at the solution, but I'm going to look at so they use, the volume is length times width times height. That's all I needed to know. Okay. So we know that the volume for this one, let me see. The volume is length times width times height. Okay. And they're saying that that the length is 2 times the width. So the length, so really, let's do this as the length, like this. The length, L is length. Let me do this. L is length, and then let me make this one. W is width, and then the height is h. Let's just do the height as h, like this, right? And the volume, of course, is v, right? So volume, let's do volume as v. Volume is v. Okay, so it tells us that the length is actually twice the width, right? So length is twice the width. So L is going to be 2 times, it's going to be W, right? L is 2W, basically, 2 times the width. And then it says the height is 8 inches. So the height is, they actually give us the height. So the height is 8 inches, right? And then they say that the volume is 16 inches cubed. So the volume is 16 inches cubed, right? And then they say and then they say to find the other dimension. So we need to find the width. So basically we need to find the width. So the width, we also need to find the length. To find the length. And then, what else? The width, the length. We have the height, and we have the volume. So we just have to find the width and the length, right? So those are our unknowns, right? So the unknowns are these two. So let me rewrite that because it looks kind of crappy. Unknowns, right? Okay, so we're solving for the unknowns. And of course, we're going to list all the dimensions once we're finished. So the length is 2 times the width. So basically, we know that this, so, okay, the length is 2 times the width, right? We can plug this into here, right? So, and we know that V is 16 inches cubed. So we can say that 16 is equal to, it's going to be 2W, so it's going to be 2W, and then times W times the height, which is 8, right? So times 8. And then you have 16 equals 2W squared times 8, right? And then we have 16 equals 16W squared, right? If you divide by 16 on both sides, oops. Sorry guys, it does that very often. I don't know why. It's really annoying. We're almost done. So let's see. So okay, so 2W squared, right? And then times 8, right? So times 8. So then 16 equals 16W squared. We're going to divide. So our goal is to solve for the width, right? We're going to divide by 16, and we get that W squared is equal to 1. Now, this is a very important part. Length, width, and height cannot be negative, okay? So you have to take the positive square root. So here, W will be 1 inch. Okay, that's the width. The height, we all know, is 8 inches. And then the length is 2 times the width. So the length is 2W. So we said the width was 1 inch. So the length has to be 2 times 1, which is just 2 inches. So the width is 1 inch. The length is 2 inches. What else did they ask for? Oh crap, and I forgot, it's 1600, not 16 inches. Oh gosh. My bad. It's supposed to be over 1600. My bad. Oops. Okay. I'm so sorry, guys. It's 1600. My bad. So, I mean, I don't really think it matters. 2w squared. Okay, well, let's just say if it was 16, if the volume was 16 inches cubed. But yeah, that's the whole idea. I mean, I just forgot to make it into thousands, but that's the basic idea behind this problem that we're trying to do. So the length is 2 inches, the width is 1 inch, and the height, of course, is 8 inches, and the volume is 1600 in this case, but we'll just say it's 16 for the problem that we did. So, yeah, guys, this was a pretty difficult section. So if anybody has any questions about this, you can let me know and I can do my best to answer the any questions that you may have about this section. But yeah, I did, like I said, I wanted to do this in a live stream because it's probably one of the hardest sections that, well, one of the harder ones that I deal with, and I know that maybe later on I might also deal with some other difficult ones that I will probably live stream as well. But yeah, guys, like I said, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, please let me know. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching and for sticking with me this whole hour and 14 minutes that occurred. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. Oh, and please like, comment, and or subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys.